and welcome back to Mod Understanding Part 6, Part 2. This is going to be going over support mods. And for the first support mod we'll be going over is just, if you actually look around, the first mod that we'll actually be going over is Huila, which allows you to look at mobs and items and show you what they are and what mod they come from. As you can see at the top of the screen, you have that tiny label. This works with modded items and it actually shows the mod underneath instead of showing, well, Minecraft. And as I mentioned, it actually works on mobs with another mod, also known as Need, which just gives a indicator of how much health it has. It also changes depending on how much health they actually have, just to give an indicator on how much health the mob that you're attacking has and how much you need to kill it. Now the next one is Not Enough Items, one of the most well-known mods out there. It shows you every crafting recipe there is for mods unless they're not compatible. And here's just an example, and I have the Cork mod installed so that it shows some other things. And as you can see, the different things that it shows, including how to actually craft the crafting terminals. Now, the next one we'll be going over is Optifine. Being a well-known and well-used mod, you most likely have heard this one from Asian Half Squat, such as also pressing C will give you a zoom-in feature, so you might see this with numerous other YouTubers having this sort of thing on. It also just gives an extra quality to your game. It also allows you to have numerous sliders for other things, like dynamic lighting, or having your render distance different, shaders, just certain other details you want to maybe change, like maybe making trees different, clouds, or the sky, or maybe even completely turning off the fog in the game. It just allows you to change your game to make it better for your computer. And next up we're going to be going over is actually the Journey Map mod. Now the Journey Map mod is a well-known mod for just adding a map. Other map mods such as Antique Atlas are a little harder to use, but this one is simple if you learn how to do it. You click J as default and it brings you up to a map. You can create waypoints to different areas using other keybinds which are in the control menu. They show a beacon whenever those sorts of areas are lit up. It also gives you other alternatives and things just to add in and take away to the map, such as adding a grid or taking away a grid, showing specific mobs, allowing it to follow you, or zooming in and out, also showing you the biome in certain cases. Now we have is the Cork mod. You might have seen how certain pigs and certain cows look different. This is a feature of the Cork mod. It changes up the game in a vanilla-esque kind of style. Now, if you actually put an @ and a mod name, it actually shows you in just enough items the actual items in that mod. Thus, you can actually see all the items added by Cork. Simple things are added, but some are more useful than others, like adding 2 slabs will create will recreate the block, or stairs instead actually give 8 stairs whenever crafted. It also just adds extra blocks that would just be much better for the game, or certain blocks that have actually been added to the game, but in older versions. It's a good mod for what it adds in, and it really changes up the game, giving more features similar to how a normal sort of update works in Minecraft. Now, the next one will require a chest and some items. So I'll just be getting some stone and chest here. So I put some items in, and you know how you like normally just click and drag things? Well, instead you can tap and hold, and it allows you to move all the items that you're holding down. This isn't a feature in vanilla Minecraft and is actually really helpful for moving things around faster. There's also chest sorter, that isn't supposed to happen, just to be able to sort your chests out quickly. Now, this means that you don't have to use any like weird techniques where you're like double clicking and moving things around. Now the next mod we'll be going over is the rest of the Cork mod, because of how big it is. It adds in certain structures like certain dungeons and specific biome locations, and it adds in certain other things like cave roots, stalagmites, and just better ore gen. Now here's an example with decay vines and stalagmites, or stalactites, and the clay that's added to world gen. Here's another example of the types of dungeons you can find in the Cork mod. This is a rare one. And here I'll bring up another example of some of the stalagmites. They can be different stone types. As you can see here, andesite and granite stalagmites. But that's about it for today's mod understanding. Now, tune in to next video to see the next mod. Bye.